Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly All Signs messages. So, only two announcements right now. One, I am available for mediumship reads if you're interested in connecting with a crossover loved one. I'll link to that in the comments. And I also have a money sprint mastermind coming up. It's for those who you want to manifest money right now for something specific. You also just want to increase your capacity to hold more money, sustains long period over time, and you just want a healthier relationship with money. You want to look forward to it. You want to love on it so that you're just always getting more of it. That's coming soon. If you're like, oh my God, I know I need to be in there, just comment below and I'll make sure that as soon as I get the sign up page up, I'll make sure to get you the link. All right, without further ado, let's start with Aries. What does Aries need to hear this week? Oh, I know some people who are going to love this message. Aries, you should definitely expect a positive turn in your vibrations for my love. So, guys, in terms of manifesting, it's I expect my vibrations to go to improve. I expect my vibrations to move up that emotional guidance list. If you guys don't know what that is, if you're like new to manifesting, you could Google that emotional guidance list. Um, I expect my vibrations to raise. I'm expecting good results in love. How that comes in is not my job, it's the universe's. My job is to expect good things, feel good about my desire, and receive it. That means say yes to the dates. Make eye contact people with it when you're out. I'm going to get the Ace of Water, the Wheel, clarified by the Nine of Earth, clarified by not clarified. The last card is the Four of Fire. So like I couldn't. This is a pretty awesome read, Aries. Um, it's like quit focusing on your money though. Nothing about your money is holding love back at all. Nothing. um, okay. So what else? Okay, there was some disappointment from some past relationships. I wonder how you guys are gonna take this. There's a little bit of needing to clean up your vibrations around past love. And so it doesn't mean you need to make yourself like something that you didn't like. It doesn't need to mean you need to go, "Oh my God, he was the best partner ever." But there does need to be a little kind of acknowledgement that like there was companionship provided. Just at that time you were in the vibration of strife, of conflict, of thinking conflict meant love. If they're willing to fight, that means they love me. And it's just like recognizing that you're no longer in that vibe. Because there is just that little bit of a tiny fear of what if I manifest in something like my ex or like a previous relationship. So it just needs to be that was the companionship I could hold at that time. And you know what? It was companionship for some time. I'm glad I had companionship. I now recognize, though, that there's softer kinds of companionship, that there's more gentle, that there's more love filled, there's more feeling adored and cherished and special in the new companionships that I'm calling in. So it's just recognizing that, yes, you're calling in companionship, but you're calling in companionship of a different feeling, of a different vibe, and you're at a different vibration. So it's kind of like catch up to speed to who you are and recognize that you're a higher vibe than you used to be. And you can expect this next one to be better. Okay, that was a good one, Aries. Good job, Aries. Good job. All right, let's go on to Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear this week? Okay, things are off to like a little bit of a rocky start. And that's like, okay, I want to explain this to you guys because law of attraction is all about energy first and then action, right? So it's you hold the vibration. What is it that you want? How would you feel if it came in? You hold that vibration and you hold it as long as you need to until you get an idea of, oh my God, this is how it can work. Oh my God, this is what I need to do to get that. Oh, this is how that's going to play out. Okay. But so what do you do if you like don't get that inspired idea? Or what do you do if you are in a position where you need like money now? You can't sit there and hold out for the $250,000 job because you need money now. Okay, so for that one, it's sometimes you do have to have whatever day job you got going on to take care of the human level stuff, right? and hold the vibration of the higher money. Eventually, there will be that tipping point where you're like, okay, I'm doing this job because it provides me X, Y, Z. Thank you for those things. I am moving to expanding to allow in this. And you hold that vibration. When that idea comes, then you take action, okay? So you do have to take care of yourself on the human level day to day. Okay. I think the bulk of you, though, are in this position where it's like energy, action, right? So yes, it's energy first and then action. Sometimes though, taking the action is your next step to help clean up the energy. So if you like ran a business for a while and then right now you just haven't been running it for whatever reason for a while, now you got to run it again. You have some old vibrations from your old one. You could of course do the I'm starting a new business. I'm recalibrating to a fresh new feeling around business. And since this is a new business, then you pre-pave. This new business is going to be one where I feel comfortable doing it, where I feel comfortable receiving the amount that I'd like to receive. The new business is one where, so you could pre-pave for how you want it to feel, how you want it to unfold, and you hold those emotions in. Okay. Sometimes there's only so high you can get on the energy work first, and then you got to take the action. Like one time when I was first starting doing this, I launched a workshop and I didn't include the sign up link. So I had like, oh my God, no one showed up. Or like one person showed up because they like hounded me. And then when I was there, they were like, where is everyone? And she just said, oh, Kelly, you don't have your sign up link. That's why I had to DM you and say, what's your PayPal so I can just send you money. And I was like, oh, well, that was good information to know. So sometimes you need to take the action so that like, okay, now I know next time this is what I need to do. So just you're starting something new, and you did get the Magician. So you got the Ace of Air, kind of challenging, rocky roads beginning, clarified by the Magician, but then the Moon's afterwards. So you're just at this stage where you're kind of having to take action to just get the momentum moving, A good example for you is someone who wants to lose weight. They can visualize being skinnier, visualize the kind of life that they want. And sometimes the action might be, well, just start walking, right? You don't want to be the person who's, I don't want to walk universe. I'm visualizing being a gymnast, but like say you're like 400 pounds. Like I'm visualizing being a gymnast and flips in the air. Walking isn't going to get me there. Do you see how silly that sounds? Do you see how silly that sounds, Taurus? Sometimes your action is just going to be start going on the walk. And then in a month, 2 or 3, it will be let's walk faster. Let's get a group of girlfriends walking with you. Hey, let's now start doing strength training. Hey, now let's go start taking yoga. Yoga is going to get you to be in a better position. But you see, sometimes you just got to get the ball rolling. Like you might need to just get in the habit of launching a workshop every month and get used to speaking about it pridefully, proudfully, right? Because it's kind of like, your energy isn't there yet for you to be excited about it. And I don't think you're going to be able to get excited about it until you do it a few times with the rocky start. And it might be, maybe you'll get 2 or 3 people, but they'll come and they'll be like, oh my God, Concha, that was just what I needed. You don't even know. I was so stressed, blah, 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 blah. Or Concha, like my back was hurting. My brain was foggy. Oh, I just feel so springy and bouncy. It will make you go, oh my God, my work is good. People value it. Okay, this is why I like doing it. They'll be like, all right, universe. So the rocky starts to, all right, this is why I like doing it. Let's go. And sometimes you might be in a position where you're manifesting the energy to do something. You're manifesting the clarity of mind. You're manifesting feeling good about what you do. You're manifesting embracing who you are. So right now, I don't think it's a time for you to be manifesting crystal clear results. I want 10 people, high end, pay me this. I think I'm falling in love with my brand new business. Since it's new, of course there's a little trepidation, but give me my first workshop and let it be a little gentle on me. So I think that there's just a little bit of confusion about how to move forward. And I think it's because you're trying to get the exact not bullet point, like just the exact, here's the plan. Here's what I need to do. Here's my goal. Here's my Q1 goal. Here's what I'm like working towards. You don't have that. Don't let that stop you from falling back in love with your business. And it might be love. It might be another topic. I was just using an example of someone restarting a business. So like, just be okay that you're at a stage of falling back in love with what you do, why you do it, why you want it. And it's going to be kind of like an action energy, kind of back and forth start. Um, yeah, it's just gonna be an action energy thing until you get that one epiphany of, oh my God, this is how to view this manifestation. Don't try to force that epiphany because for you, it looks like it's going to be the action energy, action energy. So just be okay with a little bit of, you're going to probably feel some disappointment for the results you get, but you are on the good side going to be feeling, wait, that was actually really cool. That guy came here and he like, was getting steroid shots, injections, and I just released his pinched nerve and he's feeling better and mine was organic and natural. And he's like, where's the next one? Here's my money, sign me up. Like, so it's going to be this like feel good, I love what I do with like a little bit of disappointment around the results, but it's going to get better and easier, Taurus. All right, let's go into Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear? And I'm being guided to shuffle the deck. Okay, Gemini. Ooh, that card wants to come out for you. Shuffle again. This card. Shuffle again. Okay. Okay, so this card, followed by this card. Yes. Okay, okay. What does Gemini need to hear from this message? Whoa. 7 of air, 8 of earth, 3 of earth, clarified by the ace of earth. You got to start putting in the work and the effort. Like, I think you're at a standstill of like waiting for the other person to apologize. Or like waiting at a standstill for the other person to like recognize that they need to be doing something different. I just think there's a little bit of a standstill going on. But every card for you is 8 of earth. Put in the work, do the work. 3 of earth. 3 of earth means be a team player, be collaborative, help the team move forward. And the be the team player is clarified by the ace of earth. It's like the new start isn't going to start until you put your energy into it. But it's 8 of earth, so it's the start of something new that's good. Oh, well, there's a little bit of a fear of, but if I'm the one who initiates, or if I'm the one that takes that role, I'm going to have too much going on in my life and I won't be able to handle it all, juggle it all, or I'll be the person in the team group that's doing 80% of the work. Okay, so just a little bit of fear of that. Okay, there needs to be a little bit of acknowledgement, Gemini, that you used to like to be that person. And then I like that they can rely on me. I like carrying it through to the finish line. You used to like being that person. But then with anything, there hits a point where you're like, wait a second, I'm the one doing all the work and they're getting all the rewards that I'm getting. So instead of, that pendulum said that you used to like to be that person, don't go all the way to the other side. Try the happy medium. Because it kind of looks like there needs to be, when you decide to put your energy into this project, there needs to just be a, hey guys, here's what I can do, here's what I can't do, you know? Um, Here's what I need you to do. Here's everything that I can do, but someone else is going to do these 3 things. If these 3 things don't get done, it's not going to be successful. So these need to be taken care of by someone who's going to do it with like pride and good work. So it's kind of like you've grown into a person who can now communicate that more clearly. You're just not putting yourself in a position to like exercise that for you to see it. So there's just a little bit of like, no, I'm not going to be that old me anymore. But like you need to acknowledge you used to like it. Now you don't. So now you're discovering the new way to be. You need to be that new way. Like you need to go for it. You need to do it. Because you're going to find that the project is going to feel just like more balanced and more like equal kind of give and take. Dude, and it will be like the world card. So it's like the completion of your next kind of karmic lesson. It just means like your next biggest kind of soul level lesson. It's just like a big life lesson that once you complete it, it kind of like changes your life forever type of a thing, And I can tell you that sometimes when people get really close to the end of a cycle, there tends to be this like little sneaky hidden fear of, but wait, once I finish this, what's next? What comes after this? I've been working for this for so hard. I don't know what will be next. I don't want to be bored. Like that comes up for a lot of people. Um, do know that if you decide to dedicate yourself to this project, you're going to emerge as the king of air, which really means that like you know when to speak up, you know when it's better to be quiet, you know when to give, you know when to receive. You you're going to know firmly when it's a good idea for you to get involved versus when it's not. Because right now you're just flat out ignoring the signs that it's good for you to get involved because of a fear from the past. And then a fear from not having anything to do once it's done. Um, so yeah, I mean, you could stay locked in this stagnation forever. This like stalemate can go on forever. Or you can complete your journey, enjoy the personal growth, become the king of air, and then see what's next for you. Okay, let's move on to Cancer. What does Cancer need to hear? I wonder if I know any Cancers. Do I need to shuffle? Is it good to go? It is good to go. You know, Cancer, you've been having a theme going on of like trying to make strides in your relationship area of your life. So I think that's like friendships. I do think it's love because this is Ten of Earth means that like happy home, contented like home life. I think it's just starting to grow on you how important that is. It kind of feels like from this reading, Cancer, that I think that there was someone who was expressing interest for a decent amount of time, and you kind of had to push away energy there. But I think that that relationship was just there to help wake you up to, hey, it's actually like a good thing when someone's interested in you. It's a good thing when someone wants to hang out with you and spend time with you. So it's kind of like that person like woke you up to the value of relationships and close ones. I do think you took, I don't know how it ended, but you took the departure from your life a little hard. Looks like things went awry for sure in the departure of that relationship. But it did wake you up to the value of having someone up close and personal in your life. Um, oh, interesting. What I can tell you, that person didn't mean any harm. Whatever happened, they got the Queen of Cups. So that person didn't mean any harm. There was just like a big old misinterpretation. But that person's a grower. Like they like to grow. They were going to depart from whatever thing in common that you guys met at. Like they were going to depart from that anyway. Whatever happened between the two of you, that was just kind of what helped it, speed up by a week or two. Um, but a lot of this is about like, it's not about returning to that person, apologizing to that person. It's not about going back to them at all. It's about like starting to look for, it's like a thank you for that wake up that I know relationships are important now, and like keep moving forward. And like, it's a big message of keep putting energy and effort into your interpersonal area of your life, your friendships, your romance, just better relationships overall. I do think that like right now you're kind of at that phase of like, because you got the Five of Air. So I think you're at that state where you're like practicing your social skills. We're like, okay, well, let me try this way to say hi to a girl. Oh, she was mean to me. Let me try this way. She was mean to me. Oh, this one said yes, let's go out on a date. Oh, okay, we don't take ladies alligator hunting on the first date. Like, you're learning you're having a lot of like, let's try this. Oh, didn't work out. Let's try this. Didn't work out. So I think that can feel really, really rough. But you got the Strength card. So it's like a soothe yourself as you do it. Remind yourself the end goal. Like, whoa, that was rough, but I'm still on this path. Because it looks like you really need to commit to the Ten of Earth. You need to commit, like, that is something I'm going to be enjoying. And you know what, universe? I'd like the path to be quickened. I'd like to get epiphanies before the date. I'd like the dates to be smooth and harmonious. I'd like to be able to more quickly scope out if they're a good compatible person for me or not. I think that's what went awry in that last relationship. Like, it took too long for whatever reason. But it's just a big old encouragement of, you're gonna have to go through the, like, that thick and thin of those growing lessons, and social relationship lessons are definitely harder ones to learn. You got the strength, which is the encouragement of, like, keep going, forgive yourself, know that, like, you are a good guy, a good girl, good guy, good girl, whatever. And know that it's going to be worth it. Let go of that past person, but you do need to view it in a favorable light. I'm glad that person awakened me to show me how important this was. Thank you for that lesson. Mwah. And then kiss them goodbye. Going back wouldn't work out. Yeah, it wouldn't. Mm-mm. No, no, no. That's a lack of you not wanting to focus on the new. All right, universe. Well, I want a fun, delightful, upbeat conversation on my next date. And then they're either going to guide you. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. You will either be guided to interpersonal lessons that you need to learn, or new social skills that you need to learn, or you're going to be guided to a person that the two of you together just naturally make it fun. So it's kind of like get into the energy of, all right, well, I want my dates to start going this way. I want to start having more adventure. I want to start having more romantic, like romance in it, a more like a romance vibe. Start pre-paving for the type of dates you want, and like keep going, because it's going to be worth it, Cancer. All right, let's move on to Leo. What does Leo need to hear? And Leo, I'm actually feeling called to shuffle the cards for your reading. And in case you guys just clicked the timestamp and didn't listen to my announcements in the beginning, I am available for mediumships readings right now. So if you would like to connect with a crossover loved one, I've opened up my calendar to accommodate that. And I also have a money sprint coming up. It's just going to be a 2-month mini mastermind where we focus on getting you cash in the bank now. We also focus on increasing your capacity to hold and maintain more abundance so that you naturally just attract in more money long term, as well as just improve your relationship with money so that you look forward to money. You love it. You love having it in your life. You like logging into your bank account. You love seeing any debt go down. You love seeing any savings goes up. It helps you realize that money is a powerful resource and you can love it. Okay, the cards are ready. I don't have to sign up for that yet, so I'm just kind of starting to let people know about it. You can comment like money or something money-wise below in the comments if you're interested, and I'll just make sure to get you the link when I do get that sign up going. Okay, Leo. What does Leo need to hear this week? What in the world? Okay. Okay, this is going to start out chunky, Leo. You need to put work, you need keep putting work into like love. And not love as in let me find the one, okay? But like friendships, companionship, and yes, love, because it is the 3 of water. So that is the kind of like good indication of romance. Um, it looks like right now though, Leo, you're putting a little pressure on the person that you're trying to date. So it's like keep putting in work and effort for the love, for the friendship even. So it could apply to friendships, it could apply to coworkers too, okay? I do think this is love related though. It's just whether or not you're going to learn this lesson with a date or with a dating someone, or you might learn this lesson through a friendship or with a coworker, okay? No matter what, this lesson's going to like help you get the love you want in your life. Right now, you're putting far too much pressure on the person you're trying to date or friends you're allowing in. It's like, no, if you don't work out, track your micros and your macros, and if you don't meditate and you don't do da 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 da, I can't allow you into my energy. And if it's love, it's like hold on. I want a loving, kind, caring woman. And that one move of hers was not kind and caring. And you're like, well, maybe they're not for me. But like, yes, you want to observe someone, especially if you're just getting to know someone. But it's more of like, think of it more like a balance. They've done like 100 loving acts or whatever. Think that means that the scale would go that way, but whatever. They've done 100 loving acts and then they do one thing that's not good. You're making it go like this: get out of my life. You're not going, hey, they did 100 loving acts and one that wasn't so loving. So it's like observe it, note it. What is it? The Gottman Institute. They're more scientific based people than me, and they've actually studied relationships, and they show that it's actually a scale of like, I think it was 10-1. It might be 8-1, but I think it was 10-1. 10 good positive interactions between the two people to every one negative one. If that's the ratio, it's a good relationship. It's going to last. It's going to make the distance. So, because it just kind of looks like you put too much pressure on the person to like essentially be perfect, to be the empress. And guys, I don't know if you've ever spoken to white collar professionals like doctors, lawyers to a degree too, doctors more, like even dentists. And when you go to the doctor, you're there, you're in a sticky spot, you're looking for help, right? And you're expecting compassion and love, and they need to word it to you in a way so that you don't feel bad about yourself. That puts a lot of pressure on them to always have to be loving, doting, and empathetic towards each patient. And sometimes if you meet them in a personal setting, they'll be like, oh yeah, man, my patient. Oh yeah, the person in room 101. And like people can go, you're so cold, you're so callous. It's like, no, they saw 50 patients that day. They saw 100 patients that day. I know Kaiser expects their doctors and their nurse practitioners that they have 9 minutes for every patient. So that's 6 people an hour. And that means back to back to back to back. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like letting that doctor have that moment of when do they get love and empathy towards them? Like, because all I can tell you is that whatever last relationship that you had that I would say like came to a screeching halt, it was definitely you put a lot of pressure on that person to be perfect. And if they weren't perfect, which it could indicate that you guys have the mother moon, by the way. Well, all I can tell you is about that past relationship is there was the 10 of water there, which means there was a lot of emotional contentment and fulfillment in that relationship. Um, Being a little blunt, Leo, I think that you're the one that brought in the confused intentions to the relationship, which means you're not being clear about the type of people you want to connect with. So if you are at a stage of, you know what, I'm not ready to get married, I don't even want to consider marriage, universe, I'm looking to connect with the people who just want to be fun playmate companions. And you can include adult time in there too if you want. Like, I'm looking for the people who are like at a stage where they just need fun companionship to go out. I want to go out and I do want to enjoy adult time. But then that's when you're going to get matched with the people who are like going through a divorce, and the people who are like, I'm moving in 6 months, because then you can guilt free enjoy it. So it's your intentions aren't clear about what you want, which is why when you go into like the date or the interaction, you're like, wait, or I was manifesting a fun playmate to go to the gym with. I was manifesting my forever person. I was manifesting someone for short-term fun. You're like, which one are they? Right? So that's kind of some of your confusion as you're going in with like manifesting it all and not knowing how to like classify the person coming to you. And that's kind of what led to the downfall of the last one. You just had too many expectations on that person, and believe it or not, you weren't given enough back. There was a little bit of like, wait, I made the date, I did this. That like I did contribute. You were showing up with muddled, confused energy though. So I will let you know that whoever this past person was, don't worry about them right now. I don't want to say don't focus on that. I want to say don't worry about it right now, because you got the 7 of Earth, which means there's still somewhat of a solid foundation there. when and if you decide to go back, wow, that it is a choice if you want to go back or not. So you got a little fear of commitment, Leo. Like that's what this is, because you get the seven of earth clarified by the lovers. So it is like when you look at a person, you're going to be able to, well, if you have any kind of intuition, and if you're watching this tarot read, you probably have some sort of intuition. You can look at a person and go, oh my God, this is what my life will be like with them. And then it's easy, especially if you're younger, to go, but what about this, this, and this, and this, and this? Do they want to do this, 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 and this, and this? Okay, but like having someone who wants to be the male version of you or the female version of you, like that's that unrealistic expectations I was talking about, guys. That tends to be people who are like looking for a mommy or a daddy instead of like a life partner, just to throw that out there. If you want them, I just want them to read my mind and be involved in everything I do. That's called a mom. That's not a lover, right? And honestly, you probably don't want to be mommed either. You don't want someone to come in like, you need water. Here, drink this water, right? If you're a male, you probably just got repulsed by that. You want someone who's going to walk in and be like, oh, babe, you're home. Oh, babe, what's going on? How can I help you? And then you'll likely say, oh, thank you. I need some water, please. Let me go get you some water, babe. Right? So if you're looking for someone to like, know what you need before you need it, when you get that mother energy, you're going to be repulsed by it. Um, it's a you were like, whoa, this is what my life will be like with that person. But is that enough? Will I be fulfilled? And the truth is, no one person is going to fulfill 100% of all of your needs. Do you have someone where you guys have similar enough lifestyles that there's enough things that are keeping you guys attached to each other? Like maybe you work out together, you got the healthy eating going on, and then you also have like a shared hobby or like a family, okay? But then like you're probably going to like that once a week or twice a month boys' night. Like you got to give your relationships a little bit more breathing room and not expect them to be your end all be all. But don't worry about that past person. It is a choice. It would be a happy choice for you if you went with it. Damn, you got the sun, you got the page of water. Should we pull one more? Pull your luck? Okay, there would just need to be a clarifying conversation with that person. Is it good for them to take action right now? No. Now, there needs to be a little bit of space between the two of you, but there's still a solid foundation there. So, like, kind of like, don't worry about that. Is there anything else that Leo needs to hear? When you learn to pace relationships, and when you learn to be a little bit more of a clearer communicator, because right now you're expecting someone else to sort through your mental, for lack of a better word, mess. Well, if they really loved me, wouldn't they figure it out? No, that's manifesting a mom, not a life partner. A life partner, and do you really want to be in a relationship where you're putting all the mental gymnastics and the mental emotional load on them? You're not bringing it in. Um, yeah, and like there's just a really big thing here about the pacing. It's kind of like you're like, oh my God, well, we had one good conversation. Let's go out on another date, another date, another date. But sometimes I know for me, the fun part is when you have a little bit of a text exchange and you get to marinate on that good feeling. And then the next day, like another good text exchange. And then when there's like a date, but then you also get downtime to reminisce about the date. Oh my God, that was so sweet. He brought me flowers. We went there. Oh my God, and he and I connected on this. Like that reminiscing time is like beautiful and really good in a relationship. Because otherwise you're in a relationship. We met, it was really good. We had a good gym workout session, it was really good. We went on a date, it was really good. I met a friend, it was really good. We had awesome physical chemistry, it was really good. Now we need to go on a 3-day weekend. We went to that 3-day weekend. Now we need to go on a week vacation. So do you see how your relationship's going like that? When instead it needs to go like a little bit more paced. Once you learn pacing, I think your love life is gonna like smooth out a lot. All right, well, you had the reading with the most cards pulled so far, Leos. Hope you feel special. All right, let's move on to Virgo. What does Virgo need to hear? this week. Oh, okay. So Virgo, you're having a little bit of a moment of where you're feeling trapped. You can't grow. You can't get out of it. You can't see a way out. But in reality, there's just like getting used to processing the emotion of disappointment. Um, I'm disappointed that I left that one job I had that ended up working out really well for the next person who took it. I feel disappointed that I burned that bridge. I feel disappointed that as soon as I was manifesting more money, the two jobs I got were like only commission based, and one was a little like not in the safest industry, maybe. I don't know. But it's about like not letting disappointment stop you. It's about, oh, that was disappointing. Universe, now I have the clarity. I do want more money because a lot of this is about you being committed to honestly getting more money in your life without any more energy, any more time expenditure on your end. So it's not about like, you got to figure out how to make more money now without like working more hours, essentially. Um, You just can't let disappointment stop you. It's got to be, universe, there's got to be a better way. There must be a better way. There must be another opportunity out there. It's coming to me. I'm discovering it. Like those are you got to start like flipping how you view about it. Just because you get all high vibe one day and the next thing comes in and it's not the end all be all, don't go down and be like, okay, well, that was one opportunity. Okay, well, universe, I need more opportunities, and I need more opportunities that feel like blank, 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 that help me expand into blank, blank, blank. Um, yeah, because it's really about you committing and focusing in on your life, what's important to you, which I do kind of think for you, it's I want my lover and I want more money. And then from there, you got to be okay that your life like narrows, right? You know, when you're younger and you got like high school or maybe college, there's all these fun activities you can go do. So you can live that life of, I went to this hobby club for a while. I went to this hobby club for a while. I went to this one for a while. It tends to be as you get older, the more focus you put on, no, these are the things that I really value. Lifting weights, eating healthy, my relationship with my lover. You got a smaller things that you're focusing on, that means your relationship's going to be really good with them. That means weightlifting, you're going to get like really good at it and not just lift enough so that you're like, I'm barely stronger than the average person, but it's like, I know I've got a really good physique and I can do complex lifting moves now. Um, so it's kind of like also like Virgo, like be okay that you're wanting to focus on a small handful of things. And it's like, it's really about being okay with that. And it's a really reassured message that when you focus on, I think it's 2 to 3 things of your life. And one is definitely money and one is love. When you put your focus there, how can I make this better? How can I make it more enjoyable? How can they and I connect more easily? Is there something fun that this person I could go to so that we can just have a good time, see the bright sides of both people? And there's a little bit like if you want to be in a romantic relationship, Virgo, you definitely got to be willing to communicate more and take a little bit more action in there. It kind of looks like there's this like, nope, if they want me, they can do XYZ. You know, and sometimes you are the person that when there's a fight, that you are the one that was like wronged or harmed. But can you energetically open up to at least be, I would be open to a conversation. You know, I would be open to holding firm that that was not okay, but also like having grace to hear what they have to say. I could be open to repair in the relationship. I could be open to see if there's any action I could take. Like, it's okay to put in action towards the love that you want. Yeah, and I think like right now, what's happening, anytime there's any bit of a challenge, you're like running and resting. You might be running and going to someone else, or you might be running and going on vacation, or you might be running into a hobby. Instead of like disappearing, it's got to be, okay, that was a rough conversation. Universe, if we're still a good match for long-term partners, help give me ideas for how I can make the relationship go smoother, for how I can be a contributing member of the conversation for it to go smoother and for us to reach a harmonious end. What are the epiphanies I need? There just needs to be a little bit more action on your part for your love life to get better. I think you're going to have a hard time believing that. Yeah, because it's like sometimes, even if someone does, like they yelled and screamed at you, yeah, it's up to them to come apologize to you. But can you also understand that, like, they're probably feeling some shame and embarrassment? Then it might be okay if you send a, hey, how you doing, buddy, text, or like a, hey, yeah, that conversation was kind of scary, but I just wanted to reassure you that, like, I still like you and I hope we get to, reconnect in a day or two. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference between someone who's like toxic and they yell and scream at you every single day, right? Versus someone who, whoa, they've never yelled at me. 2 years of friendship and this is the first fight we had. Like, whoa, something must be good. Let that, hey, I need to calm down. I need a little space, but we're going to make it through this. There's nothing wrong with doing that is all. All right, Virgo, I hope that helped you. Let's go on to Libra. Libra, what does Libra need to hear this week? And Libra, I'm being called to shuffle the cards. So Libra, if you skipped the announcements, I'm available for mediumship readings now. If you would like to connect with a crossover loved one, I will link to that in the link where I list all the timestamps. And I do have a money manifestation mastermind opening up soon. So if you are interested in manifesting money for a specific thing, as well as improving your overall relationship to money and abundance, so that your life is just more fruitful and more good things, including money, are flowing to you more easily, you're going to want to be in this. It's going to be a money sprint. So it's going to be a 2-month little mini mastermind. That is going to be for you. Ooh, the cards are ready. All right, Libra. What does Libra need to hear this week? Oh, keep putting in work, energy, effort towards your goal. You don't need rest. You need to manage your emotions. You need to be willing to set aside some time for self-soothing, essentially. So that means, like, if you're doing a new project like sales calls, don't schedule your sales calls back to back to back to back to back, because that's what make the most money, right? Schedule one, then give yourself time to, like, have decompression time. What went well about the sales call? What do I wish I had said instead? What didn't go well? Take a note of that, and that way you can go, okay, I need to go rewatch that training video on this specific area of sales calls later. As well as, like, the self-soothing time, like it's okay for me to feel nervous about doing that. And it's okay that that sales call didn't go cream de la crop, 10 out of 10. Shake off that energy of the old call and go, well, hey, good thing I've got another call and I've got 10 minutes to prepare for it. So I'm just going to say that it's okay that I wasn't perfect at sales from the get-go. It's okay for this to be something that I'm getting better at. I appreciated the first call and the practice it got me. I can't wait till I get that close, my first sale. You need to allow in time for just the managing of your emotions right now. All I can tell you is, once you do add in time for emotional processing and management, you're gonna, like, one, it's gonna work out well for you. Okay, you got the star card. It's gonna work out well for you. 2, it's gonna leave you feeling satiated, satisfied, content, and complete, that you're gonna, like, have this strong foundation for your next chapter. If you don't learn this lesson, you're gonna have a faulty foundation for your next chapter. Because I do think no matter what, Libra, you are going to move to, like, greener pastures in 2 or 3 months, maybe up to 4. But this, whatever it is you're working on right now, it's a lesson for you that will really help set you up for success in all next chapters of your life. I think you're just, yeah, there's sadness around the energy and effort you're putting in right now. I think you need to remind yourself and remember that it's a choice to be growing here. Even though this is tough and rough, I'm choosing to get better at this skill, because once I have this skill, here's how I think my life will be better. And those things will really, really be worth it. And I can tell you, you got the sun card as the whatever this skill this is that you're working on, it's going to be worth and reaping the rewards. But again, it's literally just about being the knight of earth as your action towards this. That means being more intentional with your time. Um, because sales is new to me, you know what? I'm just going to set aside an hour and a half every day to watch that training video every day and take notes. I'm then going to set aside 30 minutes to out loud verbalize practicing objections in the mirror. It's like when you set aside that time, you're going to be letting go of perfectionism on yourself to be good from the get-go, which is going to allow yourself to be a growing, evolving human being who it's like walking. You didn't walk as soon as you had the thought of, I want to learn how to walk. Guess what happened first? That's when you start becoming aware of your hands. You're like, oh, I've got hands. And then you're like, whoa, I've got things down there. What do they do? Look at me, mom and dad. I can like inch forward. Inching forward turns into crawling. Crawling turns into trying to stand. Trying to stand involves taking a step and falling. So if you can learn to walk, you can learn to do whatever this is you're doing. All right, Leva, I hope that helped you. Let's move on to Scorpio. What is Scorpio going through right now? What do they need to hear this week? Oh. Scorpio, this is a sweet message. You're kind of getting like a little bit of a new start in life. There's something that happened in your past that kind of just like sparked up a little bit of happiness in your life. And like you're really on a journey of happiness right now, of like being satisfied and contentful right now. It looks like your messages right now is the Three of Earth. So it's not the Three of Cups, which is definitely like romantic love, but there needs to be a little bit of, I don't know about loosening up your time, but there needs to be a little bit of allowing in for a little fun playmate. I do think there's someone in your vicinity right now that there could just be like, I don't want to call it a fun hangout, but like, I almost want to say like a fun little mini adventure you guys could go on, which will really help your happiness. And it's really going to help you balance. I don't know if I want to call it a rut of work. I think you're, I think you hyper focused on money for a while. I don't think it panned out how you thought it should have. And so you just have this increased momentum. You just have that momentum of focusing on work and money still. That like if you would take a step back and like go on that fun little mini adventure, I think you're unaware of how much that will boost your happiness and your energy, which will then help you make better decisions in making money and in love. All I can tell you is you're either going to allow in, I'm going to call it a playmate because I don't know what to call it. You're not getting love romantic cards. The Three of Earth can be just a friend. It can be you start off as friends of like that, hey, we're both in the same spot, in the same situation. We both kind of need to like go out there and have fun. So it could start out friendly and it could turn into that. But it looks like there's just someone who's going through the same kind of like, honestly, happiness journey as you, that if you two kind of got together, it would like help awaken both of you. I can tell you if you, it's not that you have to go hang out with that specific person. If you don't make time for a little bit more playful interactions with people, and I do think it's of the opposite sex, if you don't open up and make that time, um, you're just going to have this trapped feeling in life. And I do kind of think you will, not immediate, not even medium term. I do think medium to long term, though, you will hit a burnout of like all the work and no play. And it will just kind of get you even more, like whatever little funk you think you're in right now, it will either do an extra shell layer around it to harden it, or it will like drop and it'll just go a little bit lower. So like your message, essentially, Scorpio, is like, you got to get out there, you got to have a little bit more fun. And like, I think that there's this person that like, you guys could just go on like a little mini adventure and it would really like wake you both up to more happiness. I asked what happens if they go on it. You got the Knight of Earth, so money won't be a problem. You got the Emperor. I think you'll be reminded that, like, not that you're attractive. I think that's part of it. It'll be reminded that, like, you are attractive, but I think you'll more be reminded that you can lead things to a fruitful, good outcome. And then you got the Knight of Water. So I'm just gonna say that there is potential for love there, but there's also, and like, I think it's starting out as like a let's just cheer each other on out of this slump, and then you either both get out of the slump together, and then you can be the Knight of Water together, which is action and love, or it might be you guys get out of the funk, and you or them might go, this is as happy as I want to get. One person might go, I want to be happier. No matter what, right? Both of you are out of the funk. If both of you want to get to the same level of happiness, then I think that there's potential after that. But it's just going to remind you there's potential. I think you're both just focused on like getting happier and out of the funk. Yeah, you would just go through a beautiful transformation with this person of essentially happiness, enjoying love, being reminded of like the beautiful spark of life, and that it's beautiful that we're down here and we could still create. I think you just really got down that hammer hole of like work, 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 and no play. And it just didn't work out how you thought. So it's kind of like a now what? Go have a little bit of fun and comment back. Especially if you find something really fun to do with this person, comment and let me know what it is, because maybe I'll want to go do it too. Let's go to Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear? Okay, let me shuffle a card, Sagittarius. Don't forget to check the comments. I'll put a link down there if you want to have a mediumship read and connect with a crossed over loved one. I've been feeling really called to offer those lately, and I'm finding people are they're getting a lot of peace, and they're like kind of able to like move on more joyfully in their own life after the sessions. That's what the last handful of sessions have been. It's like they felt the relief of like, okay, they're okay. And then of course there's some messages from the loved ones for how to like how you can like move forward on whatever project it is you're working on and get success. Okay. Sagittarius. Ooh. Ho, ho, ho. Have the conflict. Let the conflict ride out however it's going to ride out. It's somehow going to work out for you so that you feel victorious. And I'm going to even say that you are victorious. I do think you're not prepared that even though you like won, it's then going to put you into the 6 of air energy, which is like okay, it's weird. You got like the happy victory card. Woohoo, we won. Everyone's celebrating you and cheering you on. You're happy. You're like, I was successful. I did it. I got the gold medal at the Olympian athlete competition at the Olympics. But then right after that follows the 6 of air. So they're both ending cards. You've finished a journey. But this is the card of, whoa, well, I won. I did it. But kind of like but at what cost? Or like I won, but whoa, I actually don't feel as happy as I thought I would. And it's going to and that's where you go to move on to a new direction in life. So I think you're going to get victorious. You're going to be happy. The happiness is going to be short-lived. And you're going to realize like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go do this. I think there's going to be a part of you that wishes that somehow you and the other party were able to find a more collaborative way to have moved through this fight together. That's just called conflict resolution, guys. That's called seeking a win-win. That's called conflict intimacy. What does person A want? What does person B want? I want a vacation at the beach. I want a vacation in the woods. Are you going to duke it out and fight it out? We should do it. I want this time. That's why. No, it's my turn. Here's why. And you go, okay, well, what makes you want a mountain vacation? Well, what makes you want a beach vacation? Oh, you want to do this, this, and that? Well, hey, did you know that there's this beach that has this? So I can get my beach vacation and you could have your mud bath or whatever the heck they want. You know, you can have like, there's a hike, or it might be, hey, did you know in Arcadia, Maine, it's like the one place, I don't know if it's one place in the US or in the whole world. I think there's 3 places in the whole world. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. Where a mountain meets a beach. So you guys might find out, oh my God, look at it. There's a beach with the mountains. I can be sunbathing. You could be 20 feet away in the mountains, right? So I think that that's ultimately like, that's why I think you're gonna be like, woohoo, I won. I was victorious. I was the right one. I was the good one. They were the bad one. But there's going to be a dang, I wish we figured out a way to navigate this more peacefully and more collaboratively and where it feels like we were more on a team. And so I think that that's why that victory is going to be short lived. And it's just going to be like a little bit of sadness, a little bit of like, okay, I've got to like start living life a new way. Whenever this comes to an end, you're just going to like start living life a new way. Like you're going to head for a new direction that has more meaning. That has more positive, meaningful relationships in your life. I think that's what you're going to be moving towards. Yeah, it's going to be a new start. I can tell you that. But obviously, you got to get to this conflict first before we can get the energy of what your new start looks like. Okay, Capricorn, it's your turn. Where are my fellow Cappies at? Shuffle the card. What does Capricorn need to hear this week? Hear, see, feel, and know. Keep going in your growing desire for love. It's going to balance you out more than you think. It's going to be that thing that energizes you, gives you that little pep in your step. And even though like taking on a relationship is taking on more work, it's going to be such a source of positive fuel for you. It's because it's going to be things like, I want to do that. Oh my God, I could get all this other stuff done faster. So he and I could go do this. I want to do that. What, babe? I don't care. I'll do your laundry. I want to go do that fun thing. But it's also like energizing in the sense that like, getting a hug every day, getting a reminder that you're loved every day, the hug, the kissing, the touching, you know? Um, so believe it or not, Capricorn, I normally don't get messages like this. It's going to be a little okay for you to be a little impulsive in love, meaning to take a risk. I'm not saying take a risk in terms of getting exclusive right away or moving too quickly. But it might be like you want to wait until like, I need to get to know someone for 2 or 3 months before I go on a vacation with them, or like an overnighter or like a weekend getaway. Like kind of be okay that it might be a little, maybe just, I don't know how to just be okay with being a little like, say yes to some things that you might feel hesitant towards, because there's a difference between your inner being giving you a no and you just having a little bit of a fear of hesitant. A fear of hesitant means, ooh, I normally don't say yes to this, but yeah, let's see how this goes. Wow, that will be like a full, you got the world card. So that will be a full like life lesson that you learn, and that like essentially that it's okay to say yes to love and feeling good and someone loving you. Yeah, and it's going to be really good for you. You got the lovers card clarifying that, and the 6 of water. It Say yes to love, say yes to invites. Yeah, getting loving is also really going to help your money. Oh, you're stuck in this conundrum of you want more money before you date? Because you probably just want to feel like a more attractive partner, I guess, or just want cooler stories to share. But the love is what's gonna like lead you to more money. But it's definitely like whatever type of relationship you want. Like let's say you want exclusive, committed, and you've been meeting nothing but like F boys and F girls. It's whatever type of relationship you want. It's worth you going like, no, this is the type of relationship that I'm co-creating and manifesting. Um, there any more messages for Capricorn in here? Yes, this card. Don't give up on the type of relationship that you want. And the more that you get crystal clear on it, it kind of just seems like Capricorn, something happened that made you like wash all expectation. I can't expect anything out of love. Okay, so something happened that just made you like not feel like you can manifest like a specific type of relationship. Um, so it's definitely time to like let that go on. And it is time for you to go, I do want a relationship where we both prioritize physical fitness. I am manifesting a relationship where it feels playful and delightful and we travel the world scoping out, checking out different gyms together. Like, be okay with feeling into this, the type of relationship that I want. I do want that relationship where we make each other's birthdays very, very special. I do like that, going above and beyond for each other's birthdays. That's the type of relationship that I want. I want the relationship where we decorate for holidays and we go all out. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of time, energy, and effort to set it up and clean it down, but I want to be that house on the block. Like, keep going to fill into that, Capricorn. That's your message. How fun. What a fun little message for us Capricorns. If you're a Capricorn, comment below, fellow Cappy. All right, who is next? Oh, we got Aquarius next. Aquarius. Oh, well, Capricorn. I mean, this is Aquarius. Aquarius. It's kind of time to start putting your focus more on the brighter things of life. And it's more like, I'm willing and open to be happy. I'm willing and open to be happy. And like, if you could just have that moment where you exhale out and go, if happiness is possible for me, I'm willing and open to go on that journey. That's going to open you up to like a journey of happiness. And it will open you up to a pickup of pace and enjoying life again. And like, it's okay to be sad and disappointed about people who may no longer be in your life or things didn't work out the way you thought they would have, and also have happiness for like a new life that you're creating, either a new life or like a new thing that brings you joy that you found. Because it kind of looks like you're just in this tug of war between like hermiting off and being open to go out and have new fun. And it's almost as if it's because there's like maybe someone else in your life who's suffering and you're like, no, if they're suffering, I can't go out and have fun. So you're just like really stuck in this tug of war of essentially throttling your own happiness. I do think once you allow yourself to go on if there's a way for me to be happy and have something that brings me happiness and joy, I'm willing to go along that journey. And once you start allowing in these trinkets of happiness, it's going to take a lot of stress off your plate. That was the shortest, concise message, Aquarius. It's going to be stress relieving if you just allow in like one fun thing for yourself. So maybe that means like, I don't know, maybe take yourself to a massage twice a month. So that way you have something that you really like, oh, I just love those massages. Or like maybe play pickleball, but you might only play it like once a week. So it doesn't have to be something big, drastic, be happy every day. But I think if you just allow in one sliver of something that just brings you joy, like your whole world is going to change. Okay, let's move on to Pisces. What does Pisces need to hear this week? It's okay to live your life. Yeah, man, it's okay to love your life. And it's okay to keep your successes and your laurels for yourself. Yeah. It's okay to like, fuck, man, you're getting every card turning to like every card that represents turning to happiness. So it's okay to have success. It's okay to enjoy it. It's okay to share it with just a small select few. Like that's really, just because you have a lot doesn't mean you have to be overly generous. And it's kind of like once you realize that like you can reap these rewards and keep it for yourself, then you got the wheel card, which is like the ultimate card of life turning towards extreme positivity. You got it clarified by the 9 of water. which is the emotional content, satisfying. The little things in life are great. You're just like enjoying life. You're even going, waking out and going, ah, this cup of tea with this sun hitting my face. I love it so much. You're like enjoying the small things too. Um, I do think it's going to be a little challenging for you to like, you know, pull up in that Porsche wearing the nice outfit and someone's like, oh, can you spare $10 for making a hamburger tonight? I think you're going to have a little bit of a hard time of like saying no. Or maybe like, oh, you did so well with that last fundraiser. Can you spearhead our fundraiser? And it'll be like, I know you literally just overheard me saying I got all this free time on my hands. But yeah, no, you can obviously word it so much smoother and nicer than that. But I just think the communication of like wanting to have your time, your energy, and your money for yourself, that's just going to be a little bit of a interesting growth curve for you. But like you're surging in your confidence, you're surging in your passion for life, you're surging into like loving life. Don't let any fear of can I keep this up? Because life is always about like creating really fun. And a lot of people here dip to, oh, well, that wasn't everything I thought it would be. What you're doing is creating this was fun. Oh, let's go create this and this and this now. Oh, let's go create this and this now. As long as you're always looking forward to like the next thing that you want to create and do, your life can continue to stay fun. It's when people like go and create and then drop, kind of like Olympian athletes. I read this book like I don't know, like 20 years ago. Once they get up there and they're on the gold medal and they're getting their gold medal, they go, "Wait, that was it?" And you can be a Michael Phelps, you can go and win more and more and more and more, but eventually that drop's going to be there. And at some point, your body doesn't age. Like you can't compete with the 20-year-olds anymore, no matter how much experience you have, right? So you can't, it's not a good idea to always go back and try to create the same success before or to go back and have the exact same type of fun as before. So like life is about that, creating the new, creating the new. So like, I don't know, yours was, I think, the best reading, Pisces. Good job. Keep it up, y'all. All right. I hope y'all loved your messages. Love you lots. Bye.